Hello everybody once again. Welcome back. This will be part 2 of my Ark Mobile Island hidden base locations video. Now this one we're going to be going through a few more hidden base locations once again. I may have a part 3 as well, so stay tuned for that. But in this one we're going to go through a few more. Now once again they're not in any particular order, and just as I come upon them, just different ones that I know about. So the first one we're going to be looking for, this is near Hunter Cave, this one, and I'll show you the coordinates here in a minute. Now if you come back in here, the coordinates are 80.3, 50.2, as you see on the map right there in the bottom, quite close to the Hunter Cave entrance, the south cave, so it's going to be in here. Now if you come to this point here, this rock, there's a cliff right here, and it's a big drop. So you're coming here, most players, now there's a lot of new players here, Bobs and stuff like that, so watch out for that, but there's a drop off here, so you're not going to go down there because there's a cliff, right? You come across here, there's a cliff to your left, of course you got this, and you come down here, and once again you could drop off this cliff, and eventually that way it gets shorter. But what most people don't realize is the cliff is not directly fall off. So right back in here, being that these trees from down below, you could build right up in these branches, and really with this leaf thicket really hide yourself good here. So I said put a foundation down here before, and you probably didn't even know it was in here. Now in this one you can build like about a 2x2. You can build bigger if you wanted, but I wouldn't build bigger than a 2x2 to stay hidden. So you can put yourself 2 foundations here. You don't really want to go, you can't put another one that way really. You don't really want to go further this way. You could, but you're going to be getting further out of the coverage. And so you won't be hidden as much. So I wouldn't go more than a 2x2. To make a 2x2, simply just extend it. I hang it out over here. I've done this before with ceilings. Of course, you could go this way a little further perhaps as well if you wanted, because this way is covered fairly well. And you got to be careful, there is a cliff here, but it's in these branches and people don't realize that. So you could come back this way a little further as well if you wanted, possibly. But what you want to do is go ahead, and if you do build here, I recommend dyeing this or painting this all green. So just to kind of show you how this works, I went ahead and built a little 2x2, 1 high, and just to kind of show you, it's quite well hidden. As you see, you can see it there. I went ahead and painted it forest coloring. So it's pretty well hidden, and there's even you could park your PT in there. Not bad for a little starter location. Like I said, it's quite well hidden. People they would think it's a cliff there, and you know, you're pretty well hidden here. You can have really, you know, pretty much do a good bit of what you want in here to get started. Not a bad little hidden location. Now you will have to be careful for these trees. Make sure that these trees need to stay here, because if these trees, they're from down bottom, so once again if a Bronto comes along, knocks these trees down, you got 4 or 5 trees down here that are big, they go and they hide you up there. If a Bronto comes, or if another creature comes, or if somebody's farming wood and they take out these trees, well, you're going to be totally exposed. So that's what thing you have to watch out for on this one. So have some refertilizer handy, that can also help you do that. So we'll move on to the next one. Alright guys, so the next location I'm going to show you is at these coordinates in the snow region of the map. 14.8, 50.2, as you see there on the map, close to this mountain. I'm not even sure what this mountain's called, but anyway, if you come here, it's not as hidden as some of the other ones, but it is tucked away, and it is quite hard for people to get to raid you. So, and you could fit a decent amount here. You could actually make it pretty big. It's right on this ledge here. Now, if I can get in here, let me just do this. So as you can see, I have 1x4 here. Now, 1x4 is about all you can usually get in foundations. Of course, you could extend it with ceilings if you wanted to go like a 2x4. That's pretty big. So yeah, you could put a good bit here. There's room for landing, you know, if you want to have, you know, a few tames up there. Now, something about it though, just put that off, is it's not as hidden as some other ones. So it's hidden from like up top and all, but obviously, but if you're flying by here, there's a decent chance you'll see it. You can, what I recommend if you were going to paint here and try to stay hidden, paint it black, paint it dark, something like that. That goes a long way to just having somebody not catch it with their eyes, they fly by. But if you wanted to also, this is one that you could upgrade let's say with turrets. So for example, if you got turrets on this, it's pretty hard for somebody to raid you unless they're like an alpha tribe, or if they have a lot of tames and things they can, but you can't get up here anyway. If you got turrets placed well on that, you're pretty safe, you know, from your average player. There's no way to walk to it. You can't actually get to it unless you use grapples, or I don't believe you can walk across through here. No, you can't. But so you have to use grapples or like quetzals or other ways like that. So you could upgrade. This is one you can maybe start with, or start one of the other ones and move over here. It's a little bit bigger. And like I said, you could even put turrets if on this one. Obviously you wouldn't stay hidden, but you could upgrade it a little more. Now, if you did take that one, or even if not, there is another kind of a small hidden thing up here. And I'll show you right now. So right in here, there's actually several of these around the map. And I'll just go ahead and go into third person to show you this. So if you walk up here in this peak, now this is at, let me just show you here. Coordinates 17.8, 51.1 exactly. Pretty close. Now this could be on its own, or it could be in conjunction with the other one. Now this, like I said, there's several places on the map where, as you can see my character, this rock is not really like it looks. Like I'm inside of it right here. So you can go in like the terrain mesh like this in a few places. And now you see as I'm in here, you could just kind of see under it. It doesn't look like it's there, but it's fine. And there's nothing wrong with it. You could build foundations in here. If I'm in here, if I could show you, but you can definitely build in here. So you can put wherever you want in here. Now, it's not super big. Like I said, it's about this one. This one is about the height of a little taller player. So I'm crouching actually, but still. So you can fit something in here. That's not bad. You also have this here, this other little part here, kind of the same thing. It's fairly hidden as well. You put your PT in that one or something, or just if you take the bottom location, you could hide some of your loot up here, obviously, if you're going to do something like that. So PT don't quite fit in here, but you can hide loot in here for sure. Put a small base in this, things like that. So it might kind of work in conjunction with that other one down there if you want to do that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Alright, so the next location is at 26.1, 23.2. You'll see it on the map. It's very close to Blue Ob Mountain, or it is on Blue Ob Mountain. Blue Obelisk right up there. Now this one's kind of like the other one I showed you. This is one of those like terrain mesh spots that just here you can walk right into the mountain. Like as you can see, my character just goes right inside of this piece of rock. This one's a little bit bigger. So this one you're going to be able to get a little base in here if you place it just right. Now I put a couple of foundations here. If you're going to build here, you need to sink the foundations definitely to have more room. Now, I don't think these are not placed correctly, but just to show that you can put foundations here. There you go, and you can build on them. Well, if I have my walls, oops, there are my walls. So you can build on them, and you'll be fine with that. Here, if you get it placed in there just right, as you can see, that's clearly not right, but you can get a 1x2 in there. Maybe bring it forwards a little more. And this one is bigger, obviously. As you can see, you could hide the PT in there, basically the whole PT. So this one, you can fit some things in this one. A little bigger than the last one. You can get a 1x2 in there, I believe, if you do it just carefully. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. Alright, so the next location is at 31.2, 35.5. You'll see it here on the map next to this river. It's actually in this river. So there's a waterfall here. Once again, waterfalls, you can use a lot of them. But this one, you can't so much build in this one. You maybe can, maybe. You're not going to do too. I'm just going to fly down here real quick and show you. That's just easiest. So this waterfall is kind of goofy. You can't really build behind this one. But, so as you can see, I put a couple of pillars coming up. Now, you might need to place them a little different because it is sticking through there. I've never built in this one, but I believe you could get it if you turned it a little bit, it would probably be behind there. But yet, it's only going to probably be one square. I don't know if you can get much more than one, if you can get one here. But the key to this one is up here. Now, this is not very well known. So this, like, let me get out of this. So if you're in this river, obviously, you're swimming. Now this over here, right in this corner of this river, you can put yourself a door right here if you want on this side. Boom. And right in here, it's air. And there's an air pocket. So boom, right here, you're safe. You could put air, I mean, not put air. You can put what you want. A little 1x2, you can put it here. A foundation, if you place it just right, you can get walls and everything around here. A full 1x2 if you place it very carefully. It might take you a few tries. Do it in thatch or something first, and then, you know, and then do it. So let me go back and show you now. Maybe do it in thatch first, like I said, to be able to get it just right. So once again, right in here. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think that matters that that's sticking through there. I think as long as it's behind this, it's okay. So, but you'll have to play with it and see. But there is a spot there. You can definitely fit. I know you can fit a 1x2 there. You can put a smithy, some forges, whatever. So it'll work, forges, because there's an air spot right there. So it looks like it's water. And I don't think you can really see it. I really don't think. As far as I know, I've never been able to see that. So that's not a well-known one, I don't believe. So you could get a 1x2 hidden in there very well. Nobody's likely gonna find. Alright guys, so this spot we found at 49.0, 36.1, and it's just south really of the volcano. So it's inside of this rock right there. Now I built it in here already, just something to show you what you can do. Now this is a 1x3. You may get a 1x4. I know you can't go any wider than, you can't go too wide, I know it, because that will definitely stick out, I'm sure. Yes, for sure. But you can go 1x3 for sure, maybe 1x4. And you can go 3 walls high, at least in part of it. These are 3 walls high, but for sure 2 walls high as well. And still have room on top if you want to do that. You can't go out the back side, it's like a visible wall here. But it doesn't matter. You can fit a 1x3 or 1x4 in there if you do it just right. And there's still plenty of room, even with like a 1x3, 3 walls high. Or for sure 2 walls high. 3 walls high maybe can't go the whole way. You might poke through. And there's still plenty of room that's hidden. So you do the same thing. Or if you put it 2 walls high, park your PT or burrow on the ceiling, pretty good. So this one, nice spot, a little bigger, very well hidden. It is a little bit more of a well-known spot, or at least somewhat known. So be careful with that. But once again, a pretty good hidden spot. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next location is going to be at 18.9, 34.7. And as you'll see in the map, kind of right in this upper left section of the map in the snow, if you see my arrow there. Like it's, there you go. Right there. Now this one is, I would say, more somewhat of a known location. It's not totally hidden, but it's up on this, like this ledge. Now you can get up here, right here. You can walk up here. This one can be walked up into, and it's right in here. Now this one is quite big. As far as hidden locations go, there is a slight crack on top, but really nobody flying over you is going to see it from that. That's so skinny, they're not looking straight down. The only way they really see you is from that side there where you kind of come in. But if you built, you could build pretty decent size. You could build a 2x3 in here easy. But if you do build in here, you can keep your tames even perhaps behind it if you build on towards the front of this. I recommend definitely painting this either white to match the ground like that, depends how you build it, or possibly brown or black to match this rock, so that if somebody's flying by out here, now it's fairly well hidden because unless you're flying directly by, you're not too likely. Like if you're flying right over top, you're not going to see it. Nobody, unless you look straight down, which is very unlikely. You'd have to be looking for it that way. The only way you'll really see it is if somebody's flying, if they know it's in there, or if they're flying by out here, they may see it if they look in there. But it's fairly well hidden and it's up there, so a lot of times they're not going to look in there so much. But yeah, especially if you paint it, especially paint at least your front dark to match that rock. Probably is what I would do, and you're pretty well hidden in there. But this one is, I would say, more of a known spot.
so take that for what it's worth. Now you also have this little spot here if you want as well, just tucked back in right here, as you can see, and you can just fit something small in here, but it, once again, it is tucked away, so it's like a kind of a, I don't know, bonus little spot, I guess. Not really for building a base, but I don't know, I like to figure out, show you these little tucked away spots that I know about, just in case you wanted to stick a box there or something temporary even. So